Bigger than a hell rain, things like you heard on the decks. Glover hold the court, give the chief no suspect. Politics in the mix, like Gumbo Stewart Rich. Spinning tales from Black Wall Street, real life's the pitch. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. 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 Business tips hotter than lava. Got that Midas touch. Stocks and blocks teaching youngins how to clutch. Ears to the concrete, finger on the pulse. Dropping wisdom like Homer, each word a joke. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. 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 Walls painted black, history on lock. Blast off from toss, a rebirth like a clock. Markets rising from ashes to gains. Donnie the narrator, truth runs in veins. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. Donnie Glover Show.
First name's Donnie, last name's Glover. Entered the winner for the long haul, baby. Lisa Pierce, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Natasha White, what's up, Queen?
Hello. Wow, I'm so
right.
big.
And then Mr. Marlowe, I'm gonna give you a tidbit. One, you gotta cut your mic on, hit your mic.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. Do you know how to rotate your phone?
What you mean? Which way?
Can you hit the button to make it turn sideways?
Oh. Oh, I got.
All he has to do is turn his phone.
Yeah, turn your phone sideways and hit that button.
What button? Where's it at?
All right. Well, how about this? Can you just set it still so you ain't gotta hold it the whole time?
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna go ahead. All right. Let me see. Can I get? Oh.
All right. Take your time. Take your time. We'll be right here. So, Natasha, let's get this ball started. How you doing, Natasha?
I'm doing well. Why do I look so big?
You look fine. You look
lovely. You look lovely.
I mean, like the picture is so. I'm well. Trying to get connected with these women facilities so I can expand, meet her at the gate into Maryland.
Mr. Marlowe, you got to cut that camera back on, though.
Gotta go to settings. All right.
Yeah, that looks better.
Well, okay, there we go. We got you. Mr. Marlowe, welcome to the show.
Hey, y'all.
We doing fine. Now, Natasha, tell them who you are.
My name is Natasha White. I am the Director of Community Engagement for IHR, which is Interfaith Action for Human Rights. We represent the whole DMV. We write legislation to put guardrails on the amount of time they keep people in solitary confinement in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I am also the director and founder of Broken Crayons Can Still Color, which is a nonprofit organization that caters to women during and after incarceration to build family reunification in Virginia, and now I'm jumping into Maryland. Formerly incarcerated, I served 15 years in New York State Penitentiary. I'm from Brooklyn, and after my release in 2016, I joined the Closed Rikers campaign, which was my first introduction to the movement. And from there, I joined Unlock the Box. Unlock the Box is a 23-state campaign to end long-term solitary confinement. We've had some wins in in Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. You cannot be held in the box for more than 15 days within a 60-day time span, which aligns us with the United Nations Mandela Law. And now I am the only Unlock the Box rep that's had more than one state, and I have two at one time. Maryland and Virginia. DC's campaign was ran by DC, but I do most of their public speaking and just trying to support them in getting boots on the ground, things of that nature. So I do a whole lot, and I'm grateful to the fact that I'm an expert in the room whenever we talking about incarceration. I didn't do all that time for no reason, and this is how I get my lick back. Shit. And that's me.
Lisa Pierce, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
So the short list is I'm a reformed train wreck.
Oh,
So I'm the executive director of Celebrate Us Workforce Training at the University of Baltimore. We are a professional development program, certificate to degree program, because I still feel that a degree, or at least for me, is, it kept me out of jail, when I'm formally incarcerated. And it wasn't until, so I was my first student. I did a welfare to work, medical billing and coding. And I was so mired in personal problems that I didn't even know I was smart. The instructor came to me and said, I know you're worried about not getting a job because you've been incarcerated, but I contacted some people and let them know how well you did in this class. And so you have some skills. And so that's really, and it changed my life. And so, everybody is trying to figure out, how to make more money, how to earn more money. I get phone calls every day. And the first question I ask is, what skills do you have? And so my program, I partner with, wonderful community colleges. I'm blessed that when I graduated from the University of Baltimore in 2018 with my MBA, they gave me a sponsorship to keep the program there. And like they say, you are judged by the company that you keep. I had no idea how revered and well known Dr. Kirk Schmoke was around, the country. And so big ups to the University of Baltimore. But I do work with returning citizens. As you know, University of Baltimore has a 4-year degree program in Jessup. And, back in December, they had 5 graduates that are now going to the University of Baltimore for their masters. And so I'm on the higher education side of reentry.
amazing.
All right, Big Brother Marlo, tell us who you are.
My name is Marlo.
We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know why. It's all the way up.
Don't put your phone down. You're probably sitting it on the speaker.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I say my real name is Marlo Biggs, but everybody call me Marlo Stanfield. Because we all got the same mother, and I'm the only one that had a different father. So everybody thought I had the same father too. So that's why they call me Marlo Stanfield. And I was locked up ever since the age of 24, right? And I did 36 years in prison. I just came home 3 years ago. And when I went in, I couldn't read or nothing. You know what I mean? I just started reading at the age of 26. And now I write books, songs, plays, commercials, greeting cards, got apps, and I got one on what's that? Keep getting the name that's there. Google Play. One on Google Play now, up and running. And that one is to get people from, like, say for somebody go to prison, they can't get no lawyer, get out of prison. So what they do, they put the charge papers in there, and then it'll put your brief together, or your file for you. It'll file for you, your brief for your petition. It'll put it together and get the top Supreme Court cases all the way down to the state cases, and file everything for you. And you can do it pro se, or you can get a public defender, or you can hire a lawyer. And we get the top 10 lawyers in the state that you're in. So
Hey, Rennie, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get my computer set up. Assalamu alaikum.
It's one hell of a visual, Rennie. That's all I'm saying.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Welcome to the show, big brother. You are very instrumental. Let me just put some facts out there before you get started, and welcome Queen Gwen's. Now, Miss Gwen, set the phone down so you don't have to hold it for an hour. Just set it down. Take your hands off of the phone. Oh, but
we can't hear you.
Thank you.
Miss Gwen.
Can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
Okay, America has 5% of the world's population, but America has
The
25%.
reason why you can hear me, I don't know if you can or not, but I'm at the hospital with my mom. I just wanted to call and
Oh,
check in. I'm not going to be able to stay on the phone.
well, go
I'll
ahead
be
and
listening.
speak your piece. What you want to tell the world? Miss Gwen, what you want to tell the world? Gwen, can you hear me?
All right.
I guess you can't hear. Okay,
Right.
come on, rock with it, Rennie.
Well, we talked about this before, man. You know, I think that America is the only country that, I don't even say the only country, but it's the country that capitalized on the criminal justice system the most. I think that you know, people are confused when you're talking about criminals and criminal justice system. That America has a need for criminals, with or without people breaking the law. It's going to be people in them jails that they building because it's a business. I mean, you know, by no fault of our own, we kind of give them the population that they're looking for, but it's a business, and we have to understand that a lot of time we look at people as criminals, and they really are just victims of the criminal justice system.
Can I piggyback off of what Rennie said? So you are exactly right. When I learned in 2008 that, who remembers when phone calls were 85 cents to call home? It was 85 cents to call home. And then suddenly it jumped to $2 or $3 a minute. And then I learned that Mitt Romney's hedge fund company, Bain Capital, he bought a company, a prison communications company.
Yep.
And so think about it. When people go to jail, the family is already struggling when they go to jail. And then on top of that, so whatever contribution the person that went to jail was making is now gone. Now the communication has to stop, because what poor family can really afford $2 or $3 a minute for a phone call?
Yeah,
Yes.
they changed that now. Now they got the tablets in there, and they charge them for the tablets. So all of it is a moneymaker. I just sent. I think I sent it to you, Glove, about they putting chips in people's head now. They trying to get people to got a lot of time. If they don't want to do a lot of time, they can put the chip in their head and come home in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
But they can program their mind to be be a modern citizen.
So how about this? You know, when the census goes around, the population is counted, right? You know, so the prison population, whatever town that prison is in, counts those prisoners as their population. In New York State, we are trying to pass a law that would, the person that is incarcerated would be counted from the place he came from. You will not be able to count him. So if you're in Hagerstown, my brother was released from Hagerstown. He did 26 years, but he's from Queens, New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know, funds are distributed to the community based on the population.
That's right.
So the population that holds the prisons, not only are they all employed there, but they're also getting the government benefits of that population.
Man, I ain't know that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, the reality of the situation is prison was created to do exactly what it does, right? And that's why we're the majority there. Prison was created as another form of slavery. So they say, oh, you're going to take the slaves away. We're going to make them work for free anyway. We're going to lock them up for this. We're going to lock them up for that. And then it becomes generational. My father did 22 years. My brother did 26 years. I did 15 years. You know, it becomes generational. And the fact that the populations that need the money that is allocated to the state don't get it, the population that gets it is the people that don't need the money. Crime will continue because most people commit crime to fulfill a need. I know I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wake up and say I want to be a drug dealer. No, you took my drug dealing husband to jail, and now I got to feed me and him. So I go and sell drugs, and now I go to jail for 15 years. Thank God I didn't have no children. You know what I mean? But that is the reality of the situation is we can talk about prison and we can talk about crime all day. What are we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about it? Because if you're
So,
not a part of creating laws that will protect the barriers of your community, then we're talking.
so um, I'm glad, Miss White, you mentioned about generational. And so one of the pivots that I'm making is um, addressing young adults who, surprisingly, there are some children of incarcerated parents that don't have records.
Right.
And so, but, you know, without opportunities, that doesn't last. And
Right.
so, you know, one of my pivot projects now is one of the things that I learned when I was in school is how all of these big corporations have what they call social impact clauses in order to do business in whatever state they're in. So
Mm.
Marriott has it, you know, all the big companies, AutoZone has it, and that means that, you know, they have to be intentional about, you know, partnering with people in the community, organizations to do something for crime prevention. And
Right.
so, you know, I'm really, you know, knocking on the doors of those companies to do something for young adults of incarcerated parents that don't have a criminal record. And so it's been well received so far. And the only thing that I'm lacking and I'm putting in place is the education component. And so Morgan and Towson University has the best teachers program. And so their student teachers are required to do field hours. And that's what I'm trying to, you know, really get. You know, it's got to have an education component because once they lose interest in school, you know, they are vulnerable to the streets.
Mm.
Katrina said the prison system in Hagerstown is run by the state of Maryland, but truthfully, they're owned by private industry. Each quarter, a day that a prisoner is in jail, private industry earns money off of them.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
oh yeah.
Absolutely. I told you my brother I picked him up. So he got out April 11th, 2024, 3 from Hagerstown after doing 26 years. And you know, this comes up a lot, especially during the legislative session, because I heard the young man talk about Maryland finally got tablets, right? Maryland, for it to be a small state and predominantly black, which means the Baltimore has the highest incarceration rate for black men in the country. But when my brother sent me the form to fill out for him to be able to have a virtual video visit, he wrote my email address .com instead of .com. They are teaching them nothing.
Mm.
Yeah, all of it is a money maker. They make money off the commissary, the stale food. They supposed to put the expiration date on it. They got to get it to us, and they be selling it to us. Well, I'm saying I was in here. So they sell us the stale food. Then they got the phone. They making money on the phone. They making money
Everything.
the hospitals, everything. You know, the recycled trash.
I heard this conversation was about restorative justice.
Yeah, we got a whole. So one of the questions for you, Natasha, have you ever seen 3 generations of one family behind
Yeah,
walls?
what you say?
Have you ever seen 3 generations in the same family locked up?
Yeah, mine.
Mine too.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, my father, my sister, and her son. My father, my brother, and me. That's 2 generations, right? But my nephew as well. That's 3 generations. At the
And
same
so,
time. At the same time, I do believe that, which is one of the reasons why I created Broken Crayons, is that the family reunification, the family unit is extremely important, regardless if a parent is incarcerated or not, right? And being a woman that has been to prison, surrounded by other women with children, I see the difference. When you take a man out of the home, you mess with the structure, but the mother is going to hold it down. When you take the mother out of the home, you shatter the whole foundation, right? So the goal is to keep the parent and the child connected throughout the incarceration, support the parent with skills and outlets in order for them to come home and be ready to get back in their role of parenthood, and support the child through the incarceration period. Because when somebody else is taking care of your kid while you in jail, what they say goes. They don't feel that they're obligated to keep y'all connected because they're already doing you a favor by taking care of your kid. You know what I mean? And it wasn't willingly. You went to jail, so now I got to step in. So that breaks up. That causes a lot of problems. I've seen so many people come home from jail and have a problem getting their kids back, have a problem just having a relationship with your kid. And being a child of a formerly incarcerated parent, me and my father, I'm 49 years old, and we got issues. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered with him. You know what I mean?
so
That anger and that healing it's there. That anger's fresh, regardless if I'm grown and he's been home. Because there was no reunification for us. There was no like if right now I am pushing legislation in Virginia that parents get quarterly virtual visits with the teachers of their children. Parents get quarterly visitation at no cost to them with the primary care facilitator. How am I supposed to take care of my kid from jail or from prison if I don't know what's going on with him? I only know what you tell me. I only get to see him if you bring him. You know,
so
it's important.
so I'm very fortunate to be a part of some organizations that are addressing the conversation, the challenge with families generationally that goes to jail is that the kitchen table conversations never change. So Girl Scouts has a wonderful program exclusively for girls whose moms are incarcerated. So they exposure makes a difference. Excel Academy is a school that I support, and a couple years back, I had an opportunity with Coca-Cola, and so I went
Don't
to.
put that on the screen. That's for Lisa only. Lisa, I put something in the chat. My number and email address.
Okay, and so it was a young man there that said. So Coca-Cola was hiring these graduating seniors from this alternative school as quality assurance technicians. And all they do is look at computer screens all day, looking for toxins that toxins don't get into the water that goes into the Coca-Cola beverage anymore. And so this young man said, "Oh, Miss Lisa, my uncle said that Coca-Cola is the feds, and for me not to accept the job." Uncles have a lot of influence, but it's so sad when they come with these. And like I said, I don't know what the correlation of Coca-Cola and the feds, but this was a $22 an hour job full-time with Coca-Cola benefits for an 18-year-old.
You know what that was? That's generational ignorance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The conversation never changes from how the government is against you and they're after you. And I didn't, I really didn't want it to spill over to the other students. So I quickly nodded my head and, he didn't take the opportunity. But there are some young people in that, Francis M. Wood has been a behavioral alternative school, but a lot of times those kids are missing time from school from some things that some adults are either doing or not doing. And so a lot of my friends,
I'm sorry. Let me just jump in here.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Rennie, bring us up to speed with what you've been doing with Mr. Marlowe, Mr. Rudy, and some of the other brothers in Baltimore.
Well, what we realize is, what we understand is, being coming from the criminal justice system, that it's a system, and a lot of time we use ideas and we use creative methods to deal with situations. What we really need to do is create system to combat the system that is destroying our community and our families. So we've been the brothers that you spoke of, me, Marlo with the technical piece, with the apps and the knowledge that he bring, in the books and the creativity, and Rudy the same way. I bring the real estate knowledge and the business knowledge that I've been doing for the last 40 years, and we are working on putting together systems, creating systems that will impact people. You know what I'm saying? Beyond just what we're doing today and what happened yesterday, and hopefully into tomorrow. I seen Willie Bo on the line.
I have a question for Abu.
Hold tight, Natasha. Willie, are you there?
He's frozen.
How everybody doing?
We doing good. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you. How you doing? How everybody doing?
All right.
You better give him your spill. Give him your spill, Bo, because you'll never know. He's actually in Coleman Federal Penitentiary right now, so his time might be short. So, Bo, give me your story.
I mean, first of all, is this going to be on TV?
No.
Yeah.
No. Facebook.
No, not TV. YouTube.
Okay. All right. So, I've been in prison 23 years. Finally got myself together. Now I'm looking to push forward with everything and anything positive, man. But my thing is about working with my people, because it's about community now. It's about building, not destroying. It's about community. It's about being, interpersonal, interdependent, working with lift everybody up at the same time, letting people know there's enough for everybody. There's enough room for everybody, like shoulder to shoulder, we can work. So that's the message I'm pushing hard. Like all the young brothers that done been through what I done been through and seen what I done seen, I can relate to them. And my message is not as polished. Like my message is still raw. But I learned over the years that God want me to be who I am. He just want me to live righteous and do righteousness. So I can still be me wholeheartedly to the core who I am at heart. Just live righteous though. And change, like not change me, just change my path, change my thought process. And that's where I'm at now. I'm about upliftment. I'm about us, our people. That's the only thing that matters. I refuse to give any advice that'll stir a young man the way I'm at now. So like if I can't give him no positive advice, I'm gonna say nothing at all. If you're not ready for it, I'm gonna leave you where you at, and then when you're ready, I'll be right there beside you when you need me. So that's where I'm at.
Willie, they've been slinging poison at Penn North that has addicts coming from everywhere to get something that's killing people. And we got young people standing on the corner of Pennsylvania and Lawrence.
Yeah.
What do I say to them?
First things first is more than saying to them. First thing first is they gotta, when they look you in the eye, they gotta relate. They gotta relate to you. They gotta know. They gotta recognize you. Like it's a, like I noticed that because I had it when I was out Charles Hickman. When I had people that I knew wasn't in the same, like even part of the same struggle that I was part of. Like the message was mute. Like you just might have been talking on mute. Like your lips is moving, but I hear nothing. So my thing is, they gotta see it. They gotta see that you got them same bruises and scars that they got. They gotta see that you got that same pain that they got, that you feel it. And then when they see it, and you giving them a message, and you saying that the message is not coming from a place of fear, it's coming from a place of strength. So when they recognize the strength, because when we young, if the message is fear, if you're scared of me, or if you're scared for me, we don't respect cowards. We don't respect cowards. So now if you're scared for me, I'm gonna show you that you don't need to be scared for me, because that's gonna make me show you like, oh, you think somebody out here is tougher or better than me. Let me show you. Now if you're scared of me, I don't want you around me. Like I'm not going to see you scared of me. Like you's a chump. That's the thought process. So once they see that you're not scared of them, and you're not scared for them, but you ready to walk shoulder to shoulder with them and show them like, hey, we going this way. I can show you, because you got to show us. You can't tell us now. You can't say go get a job. You got to grab their hand and say, I'm going to show you this the job right here. You can't say go fill out an application. You got to fill it out for them and say, look, do this. It's a difference. Like message that people do. Go down here, they gonna fill this out. You gonna go catch the bus down here. Ain't nobody catching no bus nowhere, going to do nothing. But if you'd drove me over there in that down the spot, I'll work it.
He got kicked out.
Rennie, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think that again, like as and Bo, he's a part of this team that we're working on it. It's about building some systems, man, and we're working on seriously diving deep into, because we understand that our oppressors, our opponents, I would say, are working diligent and hard to try to keep us in the same position that we're in. And we have to work just as hard to get out of the position, and then even harder to keep the rest of our kids and our youth out of the same position, the trap that we fell in. So it's a constant battle, but a lot of the time the work is done. Mute yourself, dude.
Okay, I'm
Mute
back.
yourself through the conversation.
And so Rennie, if I could share with you, one of the things that I'm hopeful about is that the message is really getting out of how skilled and gifted and coachable ex-offenders are. And so one of the companies I love working with is FedEx Freight. And they have an internal rites of passage program for Black and brown young men and women. They get to go to board of director meetings. They get to go to school. They help them with social, socioeconomic determinants. I had a young man that, and at the leadership of it is African-American man that started in the mailroom at FedEx Freight. And now he is the regional director over Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. And so, but our young men and young women need to see him. And so he just hired a young man that got released from prison a year ago. He was falling deeper and deeper into depression because nobody would hire him. His wife found out about my program, and I just really thought that brother needed a break. He needed something good to happen for him. And, I talked to FedEx, and, they expedite hiring him. And so he has a CDL now, and he starts at FedEx Freight September the 1st, making $28,000 an hour. He is now a part of, the economic network that all of us, are trying to stay above. And his wife told me, she said that you have really, helped change his life, but it's really a company the size of FedEx Freight that got the capacity and the opportunities, and that's actually one of the companies I'm going to be leaning on.
Lisa, how can people get in touch with you?
So my phone number is 443-591-2658. And I'm glad Willie rejoined the call. Willie, if you know of anyone coming back to Baltimore from the feds, please share my information. I have some companies that love working with the gentleman on Monument Street, the Monument Street Federal Halfway House. And they're just some hardworking men that want a chance. And I've had
Lisa,
employers.
Let me get the phone number again, 443-591.
2658.
2658. So, Mr. Marlowe, you want to get a word in here?
Yeah, but like he's saying, man, when people, incarcerated is the way it got to be put down to the people coming home. And he's saying it right. Some of us got a way of learning, and it just ain't gonna just go for any kind of learning. Some of us need special kind of learning. Like I said, I couldn't read enough. I taught myself how to read and everything. I know what got me to read. The Hooked on Phonics got me to read like that, like I read now and create things. So it's the time people got to spend with people so they can get it right. Because people be moving on different levels.
Yep.
Taking in information in different ways.
Natasha, let me just get this point in. Rainey, going back to the work, you still there, Rainey?
Yeah, absolutely.
The work you've been doing with the brothers, why? Well, not just Kioba, but brothers who are coming home. Why do you hold this support group? Why?
Well, I'm a returning citizen myself. I've been home, and that's what a lot of people don't know. I'm a returning citizen. I've been home 40 years, but I'm a returning citizen. So, and I'm from Baltimore. The streets raised me, up to a certain point. So and these guys that you're talking about, they my sahabas. Had they, in the prison when I ran across them in the prison or on the street, they my sahabas. They my brothers. And I understand that the system crushed them. They ain't just hit them, they crushed them. So that's why I went to these brothers and say, listen, we have to build a system to make sure that you brothers can have an effective life for the rest of your life, and make sure this don't happen to the rest of the people coming behind. And each and every one of them brothers said the same thing. It's not about me. It's about what we can do for the brothers coming behind us. And to me, that's honorable. Yeah. And that's something that we have to work in, and not brothers, just brothers and sisters. And that's something that we have to work in. And again, I'm gonna say this until people hear me. We have to build systems. We have to build systems that people feed into the system and make the system strong to combat our opponents.
Right. That's what my question was geared towards. That what you just said. When you finish, I have a question for you.
No, go ahead. I'm finished.
Are the gentlemen that you community with, are y'all legislatively active?
Well, yes, we have a legislatively active component. It's like a football team. We doing our work because we know where our strength is at.
Yeah.
We work with people who actually are doing the going down and dealing with the Malcolm Ruffs, the Antonio Hayeses, the sister that was just on the line.
Gwen.
Donnie.
Gwen.
Gwen, yeah, Gwen Levi.
Yeah, Miss Gwen volunteers for my organization as well. She legislatively advocates.
So let me connect the dots for you, Natasha.
Yeah, you just send me his phone number. You could do that.
Calm down. Calm down. You told me don't say nothing about where you from.
Please.
Calm down. I met Gwen.
All these people, I don't know them.
I met Gwen. Well, Rennie is the plug. That's what you need to know. Rennie is the plug.
Exactly. I'm trying to plug in.
Already plugged in, sis. You plugged in right now.
I'm just messing with him. Donnie, I love Donnie. I love the fact that he always, pulls us in, to make sure that we are able to give the community, what we're doing, even when we're running. We used to be so busy running. I'll be so busy running that I never do my own segment, even though I got one. But he'll make sure to put me on a call for reasons like this, because I need to connect with you. Yes, absolutely. I agree.
And I met them because of Rennie.
All right.
Let me just say this. Be More News is a system.
Yeah.
Right? It's a system. Donnie didn't put the work in. What he need us to do is he need us to come along and support the system, so the system can support people on a higher scale.
Right.
And a lot of times with us, it's just as simple as supporting him. We don't have nothing to do, nothing to say, nothing to contribute. We know he do. And we know he's gonna bring people on that can contribute to our conversation, to our community. So that's why it's important that we support the people who support the people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Marlowe, I gotta tell you, this lady Lisa Pierce, I'm gonna call her tomorrow. I got a young man for you, Lisa. I went to school with him, and he wants to be a driver. He wants to be in transportation, and he will be calling you tomorrow. But this lady has answered the phone many times, Natasha, many times, and she's helped people very close to me.
Good.
She's helped total strangers. She's helped total strangers.
Right.
Mr. Marlowe, I've learned that sometimes your help will come from a total stranger.
That's exactly where to come from.
I know a lot of us, right? We tell our people not to become this, not to becoming that, and we just keep them in a box, and things ain't gonna never change. I feel as though they can change if we put the people in the spots that people no longer want them as. If they treating us bad, well, okay, let's put our people in those spots that would treat us good. So don't say you don't want your people to come police officers, you don't want them to come mayors or senators or whatever the case may be. If you want to change, you got to put them.
That's exactly where we need them.
Yeah, we got to put them in there to become the people to make the change, not act just like the people, but put the change in there and become better to make it better for us. If we don't do that, it ain't going to change. We got to change it ourselves.
So, Natasha, you mentioned Rikers. And so, I'm sad to report this. And so I designed training programs also. And so I designed a program that I thought would be really good for Rikers. And I shared the data with them of the success stories of the returning citizens that followed that system, just like you said. Do you know that the assistant principal and social worker from East River Academy that's on Rikers Island, they had to come to Baltimore to meet me because the corrections officer union at Rikers Island banned me from Rikers.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They said that if I implement any of my programs, nobody will come back to jail. And I explained to them, why not learn another skill? Why not become an instructor? And you can teach some of the classes. But I am really banned out of Rikers.
Yeah, they don't want you to say. See, they don't want you to save anybody. That's how they.
And that is so sad. They really said it would affect their income. Like they can't be retrained or something. No, people are not going to stop going to jail. And it shocked me when the assistant principal told me, because Valentine's Day last year, I was invited to Rosie's for their Galentine event. And every month I send 3 Rikers. I let the social workers pick them, 3 individuals that's not getting supported. And I send them cash apps, once a month. And like I said, I'm just so heartbroken that that the resistance is coming from corrections officers. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Always. Let me tell you something. During the legislative session, the people that fill the room be the sheriffs. They do not. Let me tell you something. Criminal justice issues are the only issues where the statistics don't matter. The research don't matter. It doesn't matter that 90% of people that are isolated for more than 15 days in any specific given time develop mental illness. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that is a fact. That those facts don't count, because it has to do with criminal justice, injustice. Right. That it doesn't matter to them. The correction unions, they tried to sue us when Holt was banned. Sue New York State Corrections tried to sue us.
They have a strong union. They have a very strong union.
We won't allow you to break a man down so he don't know who the fuck he is.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So let me ask you, Mr. Marlowe. Have you any thoughts, Rennie, Marlowe, on and Rennie? When I think of you in this question, I'm thinking about, we got a black governor, we got blacks in all of these positions. You, Mr. Marlowe, what happens when you see a black person in a position to be able to make a difference? And when we're in that position, we can go right, do the right thing, help your brother out, help your sister out, because it's what we should do. Or we act like the other man.
I believe people be getting in their ears, man, and tell them all kinds of other stuff. And people be presenting a lot of bullshit stuff to them, and they don't even mean nothing. And then when people got the good ideas that really mean something that can help the people, it seems like they don't want that. They want the opposite. So it seems like, to me, a lot of people trying to put money in their pockets instead of helping the people who need the help. And that is the young youth and the people out there struggling, to put food on their tables. So, the way I see it, that's why I invent apps that, solve a lot of problems. But it's hard for me to get the finance to finish making my apps to make it work, because they don't want them to work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just say from this point, right? I think we ought to look at it from this perspective. If somebody walk in your house and take some food off your table and walk out, what you going to do? If they tell you they come to get the food off your table, what you going to do? You going to defend your household. You're going to defend your plate, right?
Right.
That's what these folks are doing. They misguided, but they're defending their position, because their position pays them. So a lot of these people, like you saying, black mayors, I like Brandon. I like Westmore as people. I like them. But I made the comment about Baltimore being the same in our lifetime. Anybody from Baltimore? Baltimore has been the same in the last 60 years since we can remember. It's been the same. So, and it's been under Democratic control. But so Westmore, Brandon, they might be great people, and all the rest of the Democrats, but they are part of a system that says you. Huh?
Well, can I defend a program that Brandon Scott started when he first got elected? I was very fortunate to be a training provider. A part of it is through the health department. It's a violence prevention program. If someone is a victim of violence, a witness to violence in any way, they can get job training, mental health, and like I said, I didn't hear about this. I was very fortunate, and a young man in 2021, was referred to me. He was standing right next to his best friend who got shot in the head, and he was really planning his revenge. And so the homicide detectives sent the referral to the health department. The health department sent the referral to me. That young man, 21 years old, never worked a day in his life, only sold drugs and been around violence. He got hired by, one of my partners, and, they put him in an internal mentoring program. He got a driver's license, he got a car, he got an apartment. He is still working for that company. And so, it did not surprise me when they said that violent crimes went down, because I was a part of a program that I know for a fact worked. A lady came here from Texas, and experienced some violence with her boyfriend, and she came to my program. She's in a nursing program right now. I mean, so I can, is it going to all be solved by the Scott administration? No, but I know for a fact that they are doing some creative things. They're putting it through the health department, which is in charge of population health, and crime is a population, crisis. And so, like I said, I was very fortunate to be boots on the ground, see the charging documents, or the witness protection program. They send me people. So I know that the city is doing something.
Really,
Well, let me just reiterate. Let me just reiterate what I was saying. I'm saying that, as I said before, I like Brandon. I like Westmore. I think they're great people. I think they're doing some great things. The system of the democratic system won't allow them to make the changes that they want to make. And if they try to make significant changes, if they want to make them, they try to make them, they will be ex-mayors and ex-governors, because the system won't allow them to do it.
Randy, tell us about Kyoba and what you're doing with the real estate for those who don't know.
Well, Kyoba Business Venture is an organization that we started as 30 black men, and with proxy, so it's about 50 of us all together. And we utilizing our resources to purchase properties in the city and sell them as affordable homes. And we renovate an area. We go into an area, we fix up houses. We also engage the young people in the community, the seniors in the community, and find out how we can help. We do food drives there. We do jobs. I'm also the board chair of the Men's and Family Center. So we bring that aspect. We bring all of the talent that each individual has as an individual. We bring that collectively to a community, and we come with a comprehensive plan, working with the community to find out what they need and how we can assist them.
How can people learn more information, Rennie?
From Kyoba, they can go to Kyoba Business Venture. Go to our website, Kyoba Business Venture, and from there they can click on the different links and find out about the members, about what we do. We're going to be opening up for a new cohort about the first of the year. We invite more brothers in for another 4 years, and then after that, we're going to invite sisters to come in.
Is that right? Right here?
I hear you.
Is that right? KyobaBusinessVenture.com?
Yeah, KyobaBusinessVentures.com. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, Rennie, you might want to reach out to the Housing Authority, Resident Services Department, because they are always looking for ways to help residents with learning a skill, or and so they have a Rising Star program. So I really encourage you to reach out to the Housing Authority, especially if there's an opportunity for a youth to learn about real estate, learn about carpentry or repairs, because they really support that.
Okay, I will definitely do that. We also have a program that we're doing. We are about to enter a contract with Morgan State
Okay.
for us to be able to, absolutely, Mr. Glover, for us to be able to take this program, this system, I should say, to take this system and move it around the state and see how it works. Because we have aspirations of having Kioba globally, but we know it
Okay.
takes time, and we just doing our due diligence. And Donnie, when I get up, when you let me back in, I gotta speak on the MVP.
Take the floor.
So for those who listening, I mean, just I see us four, but I know some more people listening. The MVP is the National Black Product, and myself with other people around the country, we've been working on this idea that we could create one national product that we all feed into within a system that we can use this one national product to change our communities
Wow.
ourselves.
Our own supply chain.
Our own supply chain. We've been doing this. I mean, we got people. I've been in 14 different cities in the last 2 months. And the thing is, just having quiet conversations about what's coming. So the movement is coming. Before anything happens, we have to have the conversation, let people know that first it's possible. We are not stuck. We are not in a position where we are not in position to help ourselves. You know, a lot of times we hear that, you know, if they'll give us some help, we'll be able to do that. We don't need their help. We all we need. We all we need. We all we got, but we all we need too. So we don't need the help from our oppressors. We only need us to get together, understand what we need to do, take the assignment, and march out on it.
I'm gonna get deep for you for a second, Rennie. Who is us?
Us is a collective people to think together. Not all black people are the same. I just want to be clear to that. There's a lot of black people who don't want change because we are some black people are they align themselves with the oppressors because they make money off the system that the oppressors have installed.
But other than that, you don't care if a black person is a Hebrew Israelite, a Muslim, a Christian, a native Black American. Do you care? Other than
I
the
do
fact
not.
that
I do not, and nobody who should care because religion is something that you choose. Nobody chose to be black.
Right. How about that?
That's not a choice. And I also, Donnie, would work with the Europeans, the white folks who want to be. It's in every movement, in every era, there were white folks that was involved in our movements and our struggles. So if they want to be a part of it, they can be a part of it. They can't be us, but they can be a part of what we're doing. They can support it.
What about blacks from Africa, blacks from the Caribbean, your Jamaican brethren?
No, the key word is black. The key word is black. And I had conversations with some folks in Panama and in Ghana and in South Africa. So over the last year and a half, I done been to Ghana, South Africa, and Panama and had these conversations.
Hold up, you were in Morocco too?
Oh yeah, Morocco. I mean, I've been all around the world, but I'm just saying these last couple of years we've been having this conversation, you know, about how we can, as black people, stop depending on our oppressors to let us in.
Yep.
You know, what I try to share is that if the French are oppressing black people in Haiti and black people in West Africa, then we have a common enemy. If the British are oppressing black people in the Caribbean, in Africa, then black people got a common enemy.
Absolutely.
We need as many allies as we can get. Mr. Marlowe, you get the final word before we go home.
I would like to get with a lot of y'all on what y'all working on, you know what I mean? See could I be any help? Because I'm looking for a paycheck myself to get my ventures up and moving, to give to the public.
I would like to connect with the sisters too as well, if it's possible.
I'm gonna put her number back on the screen. She's helped a lot of people. Lisa, these are this is your network, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that you invited me, and um, just to show you how brilliant and how smart we are. You know, one of my, I mean, I got more now, but my first success story was a young man that was in federal prison for 12 years for kidnapping. And, you know, in 2020, he got released. Um, I was very fortunate to be a part of a Federal Bureau of Prisons contract with Volunteers of America. He was a student that was living in a halfway house there. And I always brought employers in to share about their opportunities. He cleaned in prison for like 7 years. So he was really good at cleaning, and he understood cleaning agents. And he was so good. My students are required to volunteer. You got to share your gift before you get compensated for it. So they're required to give 75 hours of volunteer services. He didn't last 30 hours. They called me. They said, we know he's on the box. We know he's in the halfway house, but we are too scared to let anybody know that he is available. We are hiring him now. And if you want to know just how powerful doctors are, the surgeons love the way, because he became a sterile processing technician. They sanitize, break down, and set up the operating rooms for the surgeons. He was such a prolific cleaner, a skill he learned in prison. He was so good, the surgeons loaned him out to other surgeons in other hospitals. That's how good he was. There were never any infections, any contamination, because a lot of that comes from people's inability to properly repurpose and clean those instruments. Do you know last year?
Lisa, Lisa, we got to get you your own show. Rennie, I want you to touch something before we go. And it's a thing called respect. One of the things that Willie said was, you know, how the young people got to see that you're serious, that you can identify with them. And I understand that. I understand that very much. But this is a broader question. How do we deal with an entitled generation? And Mr. Marlowe, I really want to hear what you guys. But how do we deal with a generation? You and I, we did what we had to do to get to a job. Or we did what we had to do. Whatever it was. Well, even if you went to the left, Rennie, but you had to show up. You had to be serious. You had to show somebody that you can handle this before you can handle this. Whatever it is, legit, illegit, whatever. You don't get to the next level without showing some initiative. Have we crippled this generation?
Well, you said it. You took the words out of my mouth, because you understand, whenever you're talking about a problem, you got to go to its origin. You got to go to the start of it. So this generation, never in history has there been a time where a generation was responsible for itself. Yeah. So I think the failure of the generations before, it started deteriorating 50 years ago. And now this is the result, you know, of what we see now. It's got to be self-accountability. The day I was riding on 40, going over 40 over the viaduct, going over East Baltimore, and the dirt bikers had the streets closed off. They were riding the dirt bikers, had all the street closed off, traffic back on the bridge. Now, the generation prior to them, we didn't do this generation, we didn't fail, we didn't make some mistakes. But it's got to be some accountability for these youth and what they're doing.
Another thing is,
you know what, Remy? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Another thing is, right, them people gotta understand you and feel you, like the dude was saying earlier. They gotta know where you come from. They gotta know you serious and you're about it. You just can't say you're gonna do something and then they see you doing different. See, it's like a reputation. They hear about people, so they follow the people they hear about who was into the same thing they was into and been places that they want to go or don't want to go, or want to become the people that they hear of and all this. So I think the only people can change them people and put something in their head is the people who they look up to and the people who've been through the stuff they've been through. But it's the way you talk to the people, how you got to communicate with them. You just can't talk to them any kind of way and think they're gonna come and flock to your feet. And I don't like going to just talk to people. I like to show them. Show them as I'm telling them, this is what I did. This is what you can do to get ahead in life. Once they see it, they don't want to just hear the talk because they've been lied to all their life.
But you know what, Marlon, Rennie? I hear from young women who, they were the drug dealer girlfriends. They were, they always got the purses, but life started happening and they started to get older. I hear from them every day. So now they're 37, they're 38, and they want me to transform them. And they did nothing in 20 years, but they want me to transform them in 45 days. So I agree with Remy, let the bottom fall out. Let the bottom fall out because and this economy right now, I have a real big push to get people to get some skills, get multiple skills. But, a young lady reached out to me. She was like, 17 years ago, I worked for Quest Diagnostic and you got a partnership with Quest. So can't you hook me up? That's the problem. I said, no, I can't. I am a partner with Quest. I have an affiliation agreement. You have to go to an 8-week phlebotomy class, pass the exam, and then become a certified phlebotomist. And then you will be referred to. No, because see, that's that entitlement. I talk to them all day and I try to let them know you cannot want a champagne career on a bare effort.
I go for that. But I'm going to tell you another thing too, what I think. A lot of people think a lot of people can read and write and they can't. And they've been fooling people. I've been fooling people for many years. You know what I mean? Couldn't do them things. I wish I could and tried all my life and couldn't do it. You know what I mean? And I had to go to
You are so right.
And did it.
That's why I only work with colleges because I've had some people dupe me, just because they wanted the opportunity. They wanted to wear the scrub so people could think they a nurse and they couldn't perform. And so I started forming partnerships with colleges that test them, that do assessments, because I tell my students, your performance is going to determine if a school or an employer answers the phone for me. My job is to present the opportunity and get you ready for the opportunity, but you have to bring it home. You have to perform. And so all this faking and pretending like like I had somebody, they tried to destroy my business. They put up fake pages, said I snort cocaine in the classroom. If you put cocaine in front of me right now, I wouldn't even know what it was because I ain't never seen it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but what she wanted me to do was she wanted me to tell the college she had a GED, and she really didn't. And so I said, so let me get this straight. You want me to throw away 20 years of my work because you don't want to do 9 months of work and sit in a GED class. If I'm hearing you correctly, I don't know you, but that's what you want me to do. You want me to throw away 20 years of my work. Oh, ain't nobody gonna know. No, I don't move like that. I've been doing this for 11 years because honesty and integrity is what is right in front of me every day. And I'm not going to allow anybody that's comfortable with compromise, jeopardize how I feed my family.
Well, I think that to answer Donnie's question, I think you just answered it. It's setting the bar high. In one new community, and set the bar high. You know what I mean? You want to throw your lifelines down that people give an opportunity to get up to you, but you never want to go down to where they at because you can't help them where they at. You can only help them from where you at.
From where I am. You are exactly right.
So I think that that's the key. And what we doing on an everyday basis, man, is the, you know, that's the work. That's the work, Mr. Glover. You do it every day.
People want you to do work for them.
Yep.
It's not your job to do their job.
Right.
Our job is to pass the ball, open the door, make the phone call to connect them. It's up to the individual to step up to the plate.
That's right.
Well,
I tell my students, I have a 90-10 rule. It's 10% is me and 90% is you. My 10% is to teach you, prepare you, and provide you with the opportunity. But the 90% is you.
But the reality of it is, when you're doing job placing like we do at the Men's and Family Center, it's a lot of work before they even get to you. A lot of time they come to you for job placement where they should have had 3 or 4 stops before they even get to you.
Sure, absolutely.
Because a lot of time they're not ready to go to work. They're not ready to.
No, you are exact. You are spot on.
Like a therapist,
right? Like a therapist, like a grandmother or grandfather, to kick them in there behind and smack them upside the head. Like a therapist, you know what I'm saying? Like a gym teacher to run them around and get some of that anger out of them. Yeah. Like a grandmother to give them a hug.
And crisis management is still, when people don't prioritize things, you have no idea how many people call me and like, I'm ready to get put out. I need a job now. My landlord said no. So what happened 6 months ago? What happened? You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, so the house is fully engulfed in flames now, and you call me now? No, I'm running a real business. I'm not running a staffing agency where I could get you working tomorrow. I was so proud of my 10 students that went to CCBC for the EMT information session, and nobody smelled like weed, because that's what, I teach my students, don't take yourself out the game.
Good deal. All right, Rennie, we can get up out of here.
Thank you, Donnie. Nice meeting you, Rennie.
Nice meeting you too, Lisa. Absolutely. Well, I think I met you before.
Okay.
Rennie owns the Downtown Cultural Arts Center.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes, yep. I thought I've met the sister before. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Your place is nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice. Yes.
Our place. It's not my place. It's our place. It's for us. We the people.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Down there, I'm going to put that on the wall of the Cultural Arts Center. We the people.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you both for caring about other people. Thank you for looking beyond.
Well, can I ask you a question, Rennie?
No, we're going to get you on the show. Shucks.
You have things there during the week? During the daytime, during the week?
Yes, I do, but I have 3 floors, so we're open for that.
Okay.
Let's have a conversation.
Okay, excellent.
I got your number now. I just got it off the screen, so I'll give you a call tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thanks, Rennie. Thank you, as always, Donnie. Thank you.
Donnie Glover, you the man, my brother.
We are.
Yes, you are.
God be the glory.
Y'all have a great week. Y'all have a great week.
Donnie, when I'm going to get you your glasses to you?
Yeah, right.
Next time you see me, I'm wearing them. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Good evening, world.